Quran chapter 86, Surah At-Tariq by Sayyid Qutb, translation by Muhammad Al-Amrani. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. By the heavens and the bright star. And what will make you understand what the bright star is? It is the piercing star. Indeed, every soul has a guardian watching over it. So let man reflect on what he is created from. He is created from a fluid gushing forth, emerging from between the backbone and the ribs. Indeed, he is capable of bringing him back. On the day when all secrets will be exposed, then man will have neither strength nor helper. By the heavens that return rain, and by the earth that cracks open with growth. Indeed, this is a decisive word, and it is not to be taken lightly. Indeed, they are plotting a scheme, but I am also planning a scheme, so grant respite to the disbelievers, leave them for a while. This surah is a series of relentless knocks upon the consciousness, a pounding so fierce it rouses those deeply slumbering in heedlessness. Each verse strikes with a singular rhythm and a singular warning. Awaken, be vigilant, look around you, reflect. There is a God, there is a plan, there is destiny, there is a test, there is accountability. There is reward and punishment, severe torment and great bliss. Among its scenes are the bright star, the piercing star, the gushing fluid, the returning rain, and the cracking earth. Its themes include the vigilant watch over every soul. Every soul has a guardian over it, and the denial of strength or helper on the day when secrets are laid bare. Then man will have neither strength nor helper. It speaks with grave seriousness. Indeed, this is a decisive word, and it is not to be taken lightly. The warning carries the same weight. Indeed, they are plotting a scheme, but I am also planning a scheme. So grant respite to the disbelievers, leave them for a while. The oath by the heavens and the piercing star asserts that every soul is under divine surveillance. Indeed, every soul has a guardian over it. The structure of this expression emphasizes the certainty. No soul is exempt from having a guardian who watches, counts and protects it by God's command. The soul is the repository of secrets and thoughts, the entity responsible for actions and deserving of recompense. There is no chaos here, no randomness. People are not left on this earth unguarded or neglected, wandering aimlessly without oversight. Instead, there is meticulous accounting, and the reckoning is based on this precise accounting. The text imparts a profound and awe-inspiring message, making one feel that the soul is never truly alone, even when it believes itself to be in solitude. There is always a guardian watching over it, even when it is concealed from every other eye and safe from any intruder. There is a guardian who penetrates every veil and sees all that is hidden, just as the piercing star penetrates the veil of night. God's creation is one harmonious whole, consistent within both the soul and the universe. From this connection between the soul and the cosmos, the surah moves to affirm the truth of divine planning and destiny, underscored by the oath on the heavens and the bright star. The origin of human creation itself points to this truth, suggesting that man is not left abandoned or neglected. So let man reflect on what he is created from. He is created from a fluid gushing forth, emerging from between the backbone and the ribs. Let man ponder what he was created from and what he has become. He was created from a gushing fluid that emerges from between the backbone of the man and the ribs of the woman. This fluid, which is produced by the man's spinal column and the woman's upper chest, was once a hidden secret in God's knowledge, unknown to humans until modern science discovered this fact in the last half-century. The fluid from the man's spinal column and the woman's upper chest converge in a secure place to create a human being. The vast distance between the origin and the outcome, the gushing fluid emerging from between the backbone and the ribs and the conscious, intelligent, complex human being, suggests that there is an external force guiding this fluid, which has no form, will or power, on its long, strange journey until it reaches this final visible state. It indicates that there is a guardian by God's command, watching over this simple, shapeless, mindless, will-less and powerless drop of fluid on its long, strange journey, full of wonders far exceeding those encountered by man from birth to death. This single fertilized cell, scarcely visible under the microscope, among millions in a single drop of fluid, this fragile creation without form, intellect, power or will, begins immediately upon settling in the womb its quest for sustenance. It is by the hand of the guardian that this cell is endowed with a devouring instinct, turning the uterine wall around it into a pool of nourishing blood, ready and fresh. And as soon as it is assured of its nourishment, it embarks on another journey, a continuous process of division, creating new cells. This primitive being, without form, intellect, power or will, knows precisely what it is doing and what it seeks. The guardian hand has endowed it with guidance, knowledge, ability and will, leading it on its path. It is tasked with designating each group of these new cells to build a corner of this grand structure, the human body. One group sets out to create the skeletal system, another to form the muscular system, another to construct the nervous system, another to develop the lymphatic system, and so on, until all the essential pillars of the human architecture are built. But the work is far from simple. There is a more precise specialization. Every bone, every muscle, every nerve differs from the other. The architecture is intricately crafted, marvelously composed and diverse in its functions. Thus, each group of cells dedicated to building a part of this structure learns to branch into specialized units, each carrying out a specific task within its designated area of the grand structure. Every small cell sets out knowing its path, knowing where it is headed and what is required of it. Not one cell errs in its journey through this vast maze. The cells tasked with forming the eye know that the eye must be in the face and not in the abdomen, foot or arm, although an eye could indeed grow in any of these places if the first eye-forming cell were planted there. Yet when this cell sets out, it goes only to the place designated for the eye in this complex human system. Who then has informed it that this system needs an eye in this place and nowhere else? It is God, the Supreme Guardian, who watches over, directs and guides it through this maze where none but God can guide. All these cells, individually and collectively, work within a framework laid out by a specific set of units embedded within them. These are the genes, preserving the record of the species and the traits of ancestors. The eye cell, as it divides and multiplies to form the eye, strives to maintain a certain shape and specific characteristics that make it a human eye, not the eye of any other creature, and it strives to reflect the particular form and traits of its ancestors. The slightest deviation in this design, in terms of shape or characteristics, would lead it astray from the prescribed path. Who then has instilled this ability within it? Who taught it this intricate knowledge? It is God. He taught it what no human could ever design if tasked with creating an eye or even a part of one. Yet a single simple cell or a cluster of such cells performs this magnificent work. Behind this fleeting glimpse of the wondrous lengthy journey from the gushing fluid to the articulate human being lie countless wonders and marvels in the traits of organs and systems too vast to explore within these shadows. All bear witness to divine planning and guidance and hint at the protective guiding hand, affirming the fundamental truth sworn upon by the heavens and the bright star. This also prepares the way for the next truth, the reality of the hereafter, which the disbelievers, first addressed by this surah, find hard to believe. Indeed, he is capable of bringing him back. On the day when all secrets will be exposed, then man will have neither strength nor helper. Indeed, it is God who created and nurtured him, and he is capable of bringing him back to life after death, renewing him after decay. The first creation itself testifies to his power, just as it testifies to his planning and guidance. This creation, so intricately precise and wise, would be in vain if there were no return to expose the secrets and to administer just recompense on the day when all secrets are laid bare, those hidden secrets, folded within their concealed layers. On that day when they are unveiled and exposed, when man is stripped of all strength and every helper, he will find himself without any power within himself and without any supporter outside of himself. This stripping away of every cover, coupled with the loss of all strength, intensifies the severity of the moment, deeply affecting the soul. It transitions from the cosmos and the self to the creation of man and his extraordinary journey to the final end where all his coverings are removed, his secrets revealed, and he is left powerless and unsupported. Perhaps some doubt or remnant of uncertainty still lingers in the soul, doubting that this must indeed happen. Hence it is asserted with absolute certainty that this is the decisive word, and it ties this statement to the cosmic scenes, as it did at the beginning of the surah. By the heavens that return and the earth that splits open, indeed this is a decisive word, and it is not a jest. The return refers to the rain that the heavens send down again and again, and the split is the plant that bursts forth from the earth, symbolizing the cycle of life in one of its forms. The life of a plant begins with water descending from the sky and a sprout emerging from the ground. How closely this resembles the gushing fluid from between the backbone and the ribs, and the embryo that emerges from the darkness of the womb. Life is life, the scene is the same, and the movement is the same. An unchanging order, a crafted design pointing to the Creator who has no equal in the truth of creation or its outward form. This scene is akin to the bright star, the piercing star, as it cuts through veils and covers, just as it resembles the testing of secrets and the uncovering of what is hidden. One creation points to the Creator. God swears by these two beings and these two events, by the heavens that return and the earth that splits open, for their scenes and their implications, as well as the resonance of the expression itself, suggest force, penetration, and certainty. He swears that this word, which affirms resurrection and testing, or indeed this Qur'an in its entirety, is the decisive word untainted by jest. It is the final word that ends all words, all arguments, all doubts, and all uncertainties. The word after which there is no other, witnessed by the heavens that return and the earth that splits open. In the shadow of this decisive word concerning resurrection and testing, the discourse turns to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and to those few believers in Mecca who were enduring the plots of the disbelievers and their conspiracies against the message and the believers. These disbelievers were tirelessly devising schemes, planning against the faith and inventing methods to wage war against it. The discourse turns to the Prophet, peace be upon him, with reassurance and comfort, diminishing the significance of their plots. Their schemes are but temporary, and the battle is in the hands of God. Exalted is he, and under his command. Therefore let the Prophet be patient and assured along with the believers. Indeed, they are devising a plan, and I too am planning a plan. So give respite to the disbelievers, leave them a while. They, those who were created from a gushing fluid that emerges from between the backbone and the ribs, without any strength, power, ability or will, without knowledge or guidance, whom the hand of power has taken care of on their long journey, and who will return to be tested when their secrets are laid bare, where they will have no strength and no helper. These are the ones devising a plan. And I, the Creator, the Guide, the Protector, the Director, the Restorer, the Tester, the Powerful, the Dominant, the Creator of the heavens and the bright star, the Creator of the gushing fluid and the speaking human, the Creator of the heavens that return and the earth that splits open, I am planning a plan. This is a plan, and that is a plan, but in reality this battle has only one side, though it may appear as if it has two sides, merely for the sake of irony and derision. So give respite to the disbelievers, leave them a while. Do not rush, do not hasten the end of the battle. Now that you have seen its nature and reality, know that it is wisdom behind the delay. The delay is brief, even if it takes the span of a lifetime in this world. For what is the span of this worldly life compared to those unknown, boundless eternities? Notice in the expression the divine consolation for the Prophet, peace be upon him, so give respite to the disbelievers, leave them a while. It is as if he, peace be upon him, is in control, as if he has the authority, and as if he is the one who permits their respite or agrees to it. Yet none of this is within the Prophet's power, peace be upon him, but it is divine reassurance and tender affection at this moment, where a breeze of mercy touches his heart, peace be upon him, reassurance that blends his desire with his sustainer's will, involving him in the matter as if he has a share in it, and removing the barriers between him and the divine realm where the matter is decreed and finalized. It is as if his sustainer is saying to him, you are allowed to decide regarding them, but grant them respite, grant them a short while. This is the tender love and gentle reassurance, wiping away all distress, hardship and plotting, leaving only the affectionate tenderness.